and zoom it. I'm like, did you lock it?
I had it, but you know what? It could be. I've seen them on this before with the headphone where only one of them the mic will work with certain setups. I bet you right now. I bet you my audio's coming in a lot better. Let me transition you over here, bring you up on the screen. Let's find out. Anybody in the chat? Gabe, if you can DM me, my chat's still not up.
You want them to head over to you to check it out? I mean, they probably got both
Gabe.
pages up side by side.
Just okay. Gabe. Let's see.
Say everyone's from your channel anyway. Justin's not even here.
Yeah. Let's see. That was 6 minutes ago. It said that I dropped everywhere. It's not coming through your stream. It's definitely you. Yeah. Let's find out. Let's find out if, now that I switched over to the other mic, if that's gonna do it.
Hey, if everybody in the chat could do me a favor, jump over on Twitter, get retweets out, try to get people to come along, come chat in. You can chat on Twitter, you can chat on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. GW takes podcasts everywhere.
Yep. I think also, I think Gabe's telling me I'm good right now.
Good.
Where did my
good
go?
I want to move this mic so I don't fucking keep glitching in and out like fucking Spider-Verse and shit.
I could have sworn there's a button here to pop the chat open on the one side.
Yeah, I lost that chat for some reason, so I downloaded it from the Restream website.
Yeah.
Just to have it. There is a way to embed it, but I didn't have the time to put it up.
Oh, is that what it is? I get that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I X'd out of the embedded chat, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. But now I have it separate. It's working pretty good, so.
Let me see. I'm not seeing the chat on my Restream, though. Where's the chat on Restream?
I don't know.
It's fair enough. Fair. Very fair.
Yeah, I tend not to play with things. I just go, oh, this will work and use it. And then there you go.
Chat app. Let's see. See.
Cesaro swing time, baby.
Nice, dude. And when he does it with Corbin, it looks so crazy.
Yeah, it does. Oh, he did it significantly less time than he did on Friday. Amanda says on your channel, you're low.
I'm low?
Yeah.
Let me see. Wouldn't be this. But on yours, I'm not. That's kind of weird.
All the sound is. So me too. So your whole sound input is low.
Okay. I'll just max us both out. Fuck it. If we go into the red, we go into the red. Oh, this is interesting.
Sure is. It's crazy because Kevin Owens is easily like the best piece of shit when he decides to be a piece of shit.
Oh.
But you can always tell how much of a piece of shit he is by his interactions with Sami Zayn.
Yes.
Like, Sami Zayn's definitely more of a piece of shit right now. So he's beating him up because Sami is more of a piece of shit than Kevin is right now.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a fantastic barometer for each other. It's awesome.
Yeah. I love that though.
The first
Extra
house show that
times.
me and the missus went to, Kevin and Sami had a 7-minute match. I was so pissed. I was like, "Where's the other 25 minutes of this?"
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I gotta find a way to. Hey, thank you, Amanda.
What would Amanda do?
She retweeted
Oh, there you go.
because she is awesome.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, co-host, T-shirt winner.
Yeah. Resident guest. See, I'm still like clicking around stuff. Probably shouldn't be.
It's only the first show.
Yeah, it's only the first show. I mean, there's no big deal.
See if I can do this.
I wonder though, do you think they do this in the beginning? Do you think that Roman comes out immediately after? Because I felt like the way that Paul Heyman said it was that as second the match is over, Roman's coming out. That's what it
Roman's gonna
sounded
come
like
out
to
and
me.
whip that ass. Yeah. I would love for that to happen. And Roman has made a habit of either opening the show or close the show. And I think we're not in trouble or worried, but like I think there's more of something that could happen if Roman finishes the show. I think him coming out after a taxing match would be awesome,
Yeah.
but I don't know why you would open it that way. Them opening it makes it seem like it's gonna close the show.
Yeah. I see that. I just think that, like, it seems a bit weird to have him come back later. Because that wouldn't serve
Yeah,
Roman.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I don't disagree at all. And I mean, I thought they were going to say it. Like we talked about yesterday, I think, but I get the honest feeling that this is kind of a waste of a match, unless it's somebody besides Kevin and Jay, and you allow like a Cesaro or a Sami Zayn to get that 15 minutes out of Roman to show what they can do.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Owens has had like a 5-month program, and Jay is now main event Jay because of Roman. So can he do that for someone else?
Yeah.
Sammy's kind of the only one with the mic skills and the career to kind of do it, because I think Sam Roberts is right when he's saying that Daniel Bryan's going to be done soon. So why put Daniel Bryan in that position? So Cesaro or Sami, I think, is the right one, but it'd be best if they had like a good 20 minutes to do something.
Yeah.
If not, just make it fucking Daniel Bryan and squash him. I'm fine with that too.
Yeah. No, I feel that too. Man.
I mean, once all this shit's figured out, it is pretty dope.
Oh yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
As far as the restream goes.
Yeah. My biggest concern or issue, I suppose, really comes down to whoa, mess with my lighting. The chat. Like, I'll be able to see my chat. I've got it going through the app now. But I'm not going to be able to see yours, obviously.
Right.
And so if I go to
Right.
and then at that point it would be like going over to one channel and deciding that's the one I'll take a look at, which I imagine you probably get more chatter on your Twitch than on your other ones, but who knows? We'll see.
As far as your chat's integrating on the restream?
No, not but just as far as like if somebody's mentioning something on your chat, I'm not gonna see it, so I'm gonna need you to spit up.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm just getting started. You got 2 years and 1 episode under your belt, all right?
Good point.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out how to get that second episode going. That was nuts.
I love it, man. Kevin Owens. When I had drinks with Alicia Fox, I told her that Kevin Owens was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
And she did this impression of Kevin Owens. And oh yeah. She was like he walks around backstage like, I'm a wrestler. Oh, I'm a wrestler. And all I can think to myself is like, yeah, because he takes this shit seriously and he loves it.
Yeah.
Now she was in a bad place then, looking back at it. This is when Paige was injured and messing with Del Rio, and Alicia Fox was going through her own issues that, you know, reared its ugly head about 2 years later.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. She had some nice things to say about some people, but she definitely shitted on Kevin Owens for taking wrestling too serious. And I'm like, yeah, because he fucking gives a shit, and you can tell.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, Kevin Owens he's A1 in my book. He's here for the business. He's here for the fans because he is one.
Where was these drinks? I want to know. I think they want to know what's in our drink, what's in our glass. I haven't even gotten mine yet. I was so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Knob Creek, 9-year, 100 proof. I love it. It's one of the easiest bourbons to drink. If you don't like bourbon, fucking sit it on ice for 45 minutes and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
I think you got me by like 2 seconds, bro. Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah,
that's real surprising. No Kevin Owens facing Roman Reigns. But they did it good too. I mean, Jay definitely took him out. So
yeah, I know.
Well, I think you said this yesterday, right? What if it's Jay that wins the match?
Yeah, I mean, and then you get the finger poke of doom, right? You'd have to.
Yeah, but in the tribal chief way.
Yeah.
In the tribal chief way. In a, you know, he'll just look at him and they'll do the unspoken agreement. Or that we talked about this shit backstage, and he'll just lay down because he knows what's good for the family.
Cesaro,
I think it'll be great.
Legit wrestles in underwear. He doesn't wear gear, dude. That's not gear. Look at that. That shit's got like a name on the top of it. That shit's Joe Boxer, man.
I definitely think it comes in a MeUndies pack for sure.
Yes, that's a MeUndies right there, dude.
It sure is a MeUndies. Shouts to everyone leaving my chat and heading over to Marsh.
You're like, I'm watching my numbers plummet, watching his go up a bit.
No, man, it's all good. You read chats way better than I do.
Yeah, it's true. I have to teach you, but you don't want to learn.
Program.
I try to.
No, you don't teach and troll at the same time.
You know, actually, you're wrong in that. Ask anyone who's learned a damn thing from me. I 100% teach and troll at the same time. It's kind of my calling card, if you will.
Nice.
Dude, right now, I swear to God, do you see this? Is it coming in?
Yeah. Nice glass.
Elimination Chamber, dude. That's how ready I am for this shit.
Dope. I mean, that's how ready you are. The stream and everything 45 minutes later.
You know. Drinks before streams.
It's so hysterical. I'm gonna lift the curtain. All right. Marsh sends me a text at like barely 6 o'clock and was like, "Dude, I'm fucking ready." Just let me know when you're ready. I'm pretty well set up, ready to go. Okay. First show.
Oh, that ice? I had nothing to do.
Oh my god. You gonna wait a minute?
I couldn't wait a minute. We're already in the thing. I need the drinks. Everybody knows that we prep drinks before we prep streams.
Oh shit!
I didn't give you a minute.
No.
Check it out, dude. Check it out. This is the classic.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah,
the
man.
classic for
The
us
old
right
Brooklyn.
here.
Yeah.
Brooklyn crafted
Yeah, man.
ginger. That's you, dude.
I'm gonna have to purchase some for when we do shows together.
No. You're gonna look for some sort of like Garden Troll IPA. Be like, look, I got it for you.
Yeah, Under the Bridge IPA.
Actually, you know, I wouldn't be. You show up with the next one and you're like, look, I got a drink in your honor. It's arrogant bastard. You're
It's a shithead pale ale. It's
well,
it's got body, but it's smooth.
Yeah. It's full flavored.
Full of flavor. It's a little spicy, but you shit immediately. I mean,
True to form.
yeah, true form. You all set up, my friend?
Pretty well set up.
All right, well, pour that drink and give me a cheers, my friend.
Well, I'm pouring it, man. I'm pouring the Brooklyn
Well, hurry the
ginger.
fuck up.
I couldn't find Delaware ginger beer. What do you want me to do, man? Give me a moment.
Hysterical. Hysterical.
Does it say Elimination Chamber? Can you see it? No.
Keep
It's
turning.
impossible to read. Oh, that's because it's in my hand.
Yes. There we go. Can't take the ice box, so
Stop with the virgin. There we go. I got to put it on my face. Cheers, my friend.
can't take the
Cheers.
ice.
No, I would need it.
Want anything for the going beer?
Do you have growlers? Did you get growlers?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're gonna go?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dummy. Yeah. You see that growler? Shoes of a champion.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to call her. Let's see. Amanda James does say Cesaro's gear looks like underwear. Lunar is saying that got to cut that extra spicy ginger beer with more whiskey. Definitely doing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Love this. Love this.
Here we go.
Oh, a one-legged swing? Fucking right. Cut the ginger beer with more whiskey? Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Fucking love
Still
whiskey.
on? Oh. Oh, I thought that was it. Sorry.
No, DB's still there.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
I think you're about 2 seconds ahead of me.
I know, I'm not trying to say too much. Well, because I got two feeds.
Yeah.
And one's like 10 seconds behind. And then one of them's like 2 seconds ahead
Yeah,
of you.
my audio is about 3 seconds behind my stream, which is about 2 seconds behind you.
Yeah. My audio is like a good 10, 15 seconds.
I love the internet, man. We're bitching about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But, you remember the Oregon Trail in school, right? Like, people died crossing the U.S.
Yeah, dysentery, dude. It's serious business.
Yeah. Your wagon didn't make it over the river. Like, come on, man.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't like this.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going
Uh-oh.
to get him. Go! But we also said this, right? So you got to cover your bases. Everyone's got a podcast knows that. You got to cover your bases. We did also say the only person believably going to win would be like Jay or Daniel Bryan, but most likely Daniel Bryan.
Dog, I lost your audio. I hear you, but it's skipping now. Like not skipping, but okay, I just caught the finish. But your audio like dropped on me big time.
Is it back?
Did something happen?
Is my audio back?
It's there, but it was like you're here on the mic, but now you're like back here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, like,
I was facing the wrong way when I was talking there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I was watching so Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, yeah.
So we might get 20 minutes at the end of the night.
Well, we said that. Remember, I said that I don't like we fantasy booked so many different ways of ending this match, but at the end of it, you're like, who do you think? And I was like, well, I think the only person believable is Daniel Bryan because of all the stuff he's overcome before. So you could mark us down as wrestling journalists now, I think.
Well, I think I went Sami Zayn because he was the only one to be able to hold a story. But
right? You loved the story I came up with, right? Where he wins, and then he wins by count out, and then his story continues of that they're screwing him out.
No, not that one. Not that one. No, I don't love that story. No, I don't love that story. But the way Daniel Bryan's acting right now, we might get the big dog music. So, really interesting, man.
And if Roman Reigns opens up this one, yeah, it's so good. But if we get Roman here, that means it's early on in the night, we might see the Wild Samoans because their bedtime is pretty early and they can't stay till the end of the show. That's why you put them on early. That was
Shouts to Mrs. TW. She's telling me I need to soundproof the basement because I'm too fucking loud.
Oh. What do you... What?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Yes, sir. Ass whooping.
In the immortal words of Bishop, oh shit, here we go.
I tell you, I meant to say this when we were chatting yesterday. I like everyday athletic Roman. Like when he came into Spear Edge, the look he had, the jogger pants, regular shoes, and a regular fitting t-shirt, it almost looks better that way. Like he's not trying to be a wrestler. He is just going to whoop that ass. Yes.
But I do like that when he has a match like this, he comes out with his boots on and ready to go. Because then it's all like, look, nothing's going to stop me now. But in the other ones, it's like, yeah, I'm relaxed and I'm still going to kick your ass. Because he's also always ready to fight.
Right.
You know what it reminds me of? Right. I had a buddy who was a black belt. And I don't know why, but I ran into him at like a fucking JCPenney or some shit. And he was trying on pants and he would come out of the room and do a high kick. Like a really high kick. And I was like, the fuck? And he goes, well, you just never know. And there's no reason I'm going to buy pants if it's going to restrict me. And I'm all like, oh, yeah, I see that.
Okay.
His athletic gear reminds
Shouts
me of that.
to @JustinTime211 in the Twitter chat. Says, well, that was pretty lame. I guess he's not a fan of Daniel Bryan winning this match unless he's 4 minutes ahead of me.
Yeah, he might be 4 minutes ahead of us. This is so good.
@JustinTime211, a friend of every show. He is out there putting all of us on the map. Much appreciated.
Whoa. Whoa. This would be so dope, dude.
Let it happen. Let it happen. Let it happen. Yeah. Why would Corey Graves say it's WrestleMania 30 all over again? It's so stupid. Makes no sense here.
It makes perfect sense here because he had to beat Triple H to get to the championship match. So it's a 2 nights kind of affair for the title is exactly what he's talking about. Now, he's not talking about the nitty gritty of it, but in essence, Daniel Bryan had to earn his title shot only to take it the same night.
Just to take it at the end of the night? All right. It fucking meta bullshit. I just meant in context of support. Like, okay, yeah. So every time he wins 2 matches in one night, you're going to call it WrestleMania 30 all over again?
Yes.
I guess for the title.
Yeah, because it was Daniel Bryan specifically.
At Just in Time 211 says I'm becoming everyone's Twitter co-host for sure. But until everyone you co-host for that gets you a hat that says Twitter co-host on it, you are officially only my Twitter co-host. Just saying.
We don't have hats. I gotta get patches or something and then start iron on hats. Man, it's like these stupid streams. I think I'm minutes behind. That's possible. That's possible. Well, maybe pause us for like 2 minutes and then push play again, and then you'll be.
Well, your video now is behind your audio for me. Like you talking, I hear you before I see you talk.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on the other one too. I wonder if that's just part of this OBS kind of multi-stream deal, or if I got a tweak with it.
Might be. Well, even from Zoom, like my Zoom in particular, doesn't show you. Yeah, it doesn't show you in sync.
Man.
Oh, fudge me.
Man.
I dropped the fucking Zoom window, so now it doesn't show us on at all. I hate this shit.
What do you mean? Did you lose us?
I minimized the Zoom window to look at something else.
Yeah.
So it took our screen caps away. And I brought it back up, and in perfect streaming fashion, they're not showing. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, it's only the first episode, so it's not like.
I can't stand this shit. I fucking hate everything about this.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that happened? That happened?
Okay.
That happened?
Oh. See?
Okay.
See? That's... You know why that is? You know why that happens? Why? Because Drew McIntyre ain't shit. Dude, you're a whoopee cushion champion. No one wants to fight you. No one gives a shit about a match with you, Mania. Nobody.
Nobody wants to.
Nah.
Yep. That's at Just in Time 211.
Underwater
I'm back.
whoopee cushion.
If you're the only one still there. No, for sure. No, at Just a Wrestling Fan 5 on Twitter had mentioned it. That how many people were going after Roman's title compared to Drew, and Drew going after Roman as well, like wants a piece of Roman. And I said, because nobody wants a piece of Drew except for Sheamus. Everybody wants Drew's title. Nobody wants Drew.
Because I'd rather you not come back saying, I wish I had a second one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Where if you only get one, you only get one.
Yeah.
You know? But
Oh, Justin, relax. Justin in the chat says, that was such a waste. Finally get Bryan and Reigns, and it's at a D-level pay-per-view and over in seconds. Exactly.
Yeah.
If this was an A-level pay-per-view and over in seconds, that's the problem.
yeah.
So we will get it. It will happen again. Now is not the time. And doing it to Bryan, he's untouchable. If Bryan has a 30-minute match on SmackDown, we all love him again. So...
Well, yeah, it's not going to hurt Daniel Bryan, but it hurts the idea of that dream match. A lot of people wanted Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, and it's understandable why they would. But now it's like, okay, you got your match, and are you happy with it? But at the same time, it's like I was saying before. How does Roman even have a match with Daniel Bryan that's not a fucking total squash? Yeah. Because he's just out there kicking asses.
Yeah. I mean, I am part of the club where if it's a dream match, give it to us proper, or a match we really want, give it to us proper. So if you're gonna do this, then do this to Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do it to where, oh fuck, we're seeing Kevin Owens again. 40 seconds later, Roman wins, Edge comes out. Now you don't waste the appearance of Daniel Bryan. I'm okay with that.
Well, but what it did do was it more or less teased the idea of it, because now it's like, well, we got it, but we never got it. And now the conversation becomes, what could that match happen?
Yep.
You know, so now you get people
Instant
talking about Daniel
vulnerability
Bryan.
with Daniel Bryan with the yes lock on.
Yeah. Like, what an amazing reversal to a spear in general.
Sure. Which is actually more realistic on Edge's, because Edge's is more of a body clothesline than it is a spear.
Yeah.
So, and Roman goes higher in the chest. But it was well executed.
Yeah. Amanda's in the chat saying, don't do this, Edge, face Finn. I know a lot of people were talking about wanting Edge to face Finn, but I really felt like that would undermine the Royal Rumble in a really rough way, because we already had a winner of the Rumble go after the NXT title last year, and it was ultimately not a good experiment. It did not go well. I can't imagine the idea of winning the Royal Rumble to get your moment at WrestleMania. You want to go up against the new kids in school? Like, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. If Charlotte and Rhea were in front of fans and we got the crowd response that at least I think would have happened, which was like probably 90% Rhea, do you think they do the Brock Lesnar Roman thing at Mania and just have Rhea win the title based off of crowd response?
Maybe. Yeah, I think that the fans not being there, I think that no matter how much you look at what is said online, you're never going to get a feel for what the fans actually really want, I don't think. Because you even can know that, like, you get out there and you start hearing the fans go a certain way and you're like, oh, this is way different. Plus, when we were in Royal Rumble, Bayley versus Ronda happened the Monday after Rumble, and the crowd was on fire for Bayley and chanting Bayley and singing to Bayley so much so that she looked into the audience and kind of was like, guys, stop. When we went back and watched that Raw...
I'm not going to win this.
Yeah. When we went back and watched that Raw, all that audio was gone, dude. They, like, lowered the sound of everybody so you wouldn't hear that stuff.
Really?
And so I know that turned Kevlar around. He suddenly was all like, hey, Bayley's big time. And obviously we were watching the match closer than we usually do, and it looked like she was carrying the match, which of course she would. But those kind of moments happen. Those things happen. Daniel Bryan doesn't happen without the live crowd there hijacking stuff from time to time. I don't like when they do hijack everything. Right. But I think that it was really easy to give Charlotte the win and be like, oh, yeah, the crowd loves it. There's 1,000 retweets. But at the same time, it's also easy to say we have 2 million viewers a week and only 1,000 people interacted. That's 1% of our fan base. The majority probably like it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't disagree. I'm just curious because, I mean, we share similar opinions when it comes to the women's division anyway. It's separate from a few ideals, but I think that just that match itself, when it comes to outcomes, like you said, like, yes, Finn and Edge is something I do think we're going to see, but I think a big reason why we won't see it this year is because the actual response from Charlotte and Rhea last year wasn't what it was initially built up to be. Now, of course, the difference between Rumble and Mania was the COVID era. I mean, Mania was the first pay-per-view in the COVID era. You know, they adjusted that shit on the fly in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all things considered, I actually enjoyed Mania last year a lot. I thought they did really well in their matches, but I do think had we had a crowd response and a push going forward afterwards, I mean, honestly, I almost think we would have got like John Cena style boos when Charlotte would do offensive moves to Rhea. You know what I mean? Like before we even got close to a finish. And that would just show how much the crowd would have been behind Rhea last year. Now she's not even positioned for shit right now.
Dude, and that's what happened with Becky. Becky happened because of how sick the crowd is of Charlotte. Like, make no mistake about it, Becky was on the way up because people were sick of Charlotte. Her biggest pop she got on the way up was when she punched Charlotte after Charlotte won the triple threat with Carmella. And that was supposed to be the heel turn. That was supposed to be the moment where everyone started to boo Becky, but they didn't. They celebrated Becky because they were sick of Charlotte.
He was on SmackDown at the time, right?
Yep.
Or was it Raw?
It was SmackDown.
Okay. So then following SmackDown is when she cut the promo.
Yep.
And was like, none of you guys, all this shit. And the crowd wasn't reacting because we're like, no. We love you.
Yes.
And what it felt like the first time in a long time is that, wait, why is Morrison here? Did I miss something?
Oh, yeah. They announced that Keith Lee wasn't going to be in the match because he was hurt by Bobby Lashley 2 weeks ago on Raw. And they had they're showing a clip of it here. On the kickoff, they had a fatal 4-way. The winner of that was going to be in this match to take Keith Lee's spot. Morrison won.
Ah, fuck.
So now you got Riddle, Morrison, and Bobby Lashley.
We just can't get anything with Keith Lee going, huh?
I'm nervous.
Yeah. But anyway, the overall point was just that, I think Finn and Edge will happen. I think if Edge has his choice, he will do every single match he wants to before he calls it quits. And I think Finn is on that list.
I think so too. And I do think that Rhea would have been further along had that happened with an audience. I think not having an audience there to boo Charlotte like they would have hurt Rhea's momentum because they just went, all right, that went well.
Well, let me ask you this too. Do you think Bianca and Sasha is a victim of circumstance in the fact that Charlotte doesn't have a title? Or are they going to try something different as far as building a younger star? Becky gets hot, they put her with Charlotte. Ray gets hot, they put her with Charlotte. Asuka is the flavor of the month, they put her with Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they now deviating from the Charlotte thing, or is this just the fact that Charlotte was away for so long? These plans were written before she came back.
I think the idea was to get to Lacey and Charlotte because I think they wanted to put Lacey with Charlotte to get her to that next level is what it looks like from the outside looking in. Okay. Obviously, we're not insiders. We don't have knowledge there.
Right.
But I also was thinking that there was every possibility that they were trying to get the title onto Lacey here so Charlotte could take the title off of Lacey so you could still end up with the Bianca Charlotte. I did think that was possible. Because you still would have Bianca being able to say, like, oh, I could face Sasha or I could face Charlotte while I want to take down the Queen. But I think everybody wants Sasha Bianca so bad that to me this pairing is so weird and unnecessary. Like, I mean, what happens best case? They turn on each other in a match where it's like their second time teaming together ever? Like, okay, now I feel like there's a blood feud? No. Like, what the... Not anymore than I did before.
None of it makes sense. Yeah, none of it makes sense. I find it very, very odd because just in time 211 had mentioned that as well, doing the frenemy thing. And it doesn't make sense in this aspect because everything you do with Sasha and Bianca is forced because there is no natural anything there with them. But without Keith Lee in this match, I think it just needs to be a fucking rollover with Bobby, just make him look dominant. Because I think we were both thinking that maybe Keith Lee was walking out with this and Bobby moves on.
Yeah. But I do think that the idea that the Fatal 4-Way was Morrison, Ricochet, Ali, and Elias. All dudes who could eat a pin, no problem. Okay. Now, I mean, plans change. We thought it was going to be Keith Lee. There's every possibility that the intent of this match is to get the title off of Bobby without him taking a loss. So it could easily just be, well, I guess Riddle becomes champion, right? Or even John Morrison can become a U.S. champion. He's believable, and then now he's with Mr. Money in the Bank, so you can have him being cocky and stupid about his U.S. title while his buddy's being stupid about the Money in the Bank. You know what I mean? So you have possibilities to move the U.S. title forward while moving Bobby Lashley along. But Is there any fucking story about Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre other than I'm a big badass and you use a big badass? Let's slap meat.
Shouts to Big E.
Yeah.
Put your meat on my meat.
Put your meat on my meat.
Look, man, I tell you, I think maybe the money in Bobby is to keep this going because it doesn't look worse and worse. And I was correct. Shouts to MVP. Apologies for being correct. But he was hobbling on Monday, and I thought maybe he had a legit injury, and now he's out here with a crutch. So it looks like he may have fucked up his knee for real.
I read that he had. He said he did on Talking Smack or whatever, Raw Talk.
Okay, yeah, that's what it seemed like. Honestly, the way the match looked and then how he looked afterwards, I was like, oh, he might have got told he has like an 80% tear and was like, fuck it, let me get in a ring, tear the rest of the 20%, because surgery doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, I think if you keep this going with Bobby, because I'm not necessarily a fan either way, but if Bobby continues to look amazing and does this for, let's say, through Mania, then maybe post-Mania is where Bobby gets his steam. Let's not worry about it now. Now, of course, I would worry about it now if Keith Lee was in the match, but since he's not, fuck it. Let this go through Mania. Let Bobby just look like a fucking animal.
Yeah.
And then post-Mania, give us Bobby at the end of Raw every night, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. I could see that. I just don't know. It's like we said. To me, the saddest part about this. Amanda's in the chat. I know she wasn't still talking about it, but I brought it back. She said Finn headlined the Tokyo Dome, and Roman would fail at headlining the Tokyo Dome. He'd be one of the earlier Wrestle Kingdom matches. Yeah, that might be true. But I was saying before, I think it was episode 1 where we were talking. It was when you came on to do the surprise buyback episode 1 on our podcast. That my problem with this match and with the U.S. title and the IC title is they're now looking more like caps than catapults. Yeah. It's now because the main event scene is so dominated that being a U.S. champion or IC champion doesn't mean you're on your way up. It means we don't have any higher to put you, is what it feels like.
Well, honestly, it's been that way. So, again, when I started watching, it was after SummerSlam, after WrestleMania 30. That's when I got back into this pretty hardcore. Yeah. And the only time either one of those was important was when Cena was doing the United States Open Challenge. Other than that, the Intercontinental title was only held by a champion, I believe, when Dean Ambrose had it. He went on to become champion. Everyone else, I don't think, actually became champion. I don't think Seth had it after that point. I don't think Roman went back and got it because he had the U.S. title for a little bit, and Cena rightfully came back and said, you took the U.S. title as a demotion, and I turned it into an opportunity. Yeah. Phenomenal promos between them two, you know?
Oh, yeah. I think...
it's
all
right.
the former world champions that seem to get those.
Been there for years.
Yeah.
One more time.
They do seem like the after that point, it was all former world champions getting the title and holding it for a bit, or people coming up and needing to make a quick splash and getting it and then dropping it, moving out, like Shinsuke, Andrade, that whole kind of area. Apollo,
right?
You know, they got it and didn't go anywhere.
They are. Yeah, at what point in time do you think that they are eligible for the next level? And I think you're right. I think it's a ceiling now. I think there's a mid-card ceiling, but maybe it's a circumstance of wealth. You know, they have so much talent that they have to lock everybody in for now. You know,
well, I think
I would love for Shinsuke to have that world title run, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I know, because I think that the problem is Drew McIntyre isn't good enough to have a meaningful story without the title. I think that Roman's character needs the title because of how impressive that character is. I think Drew McIntyre is nothing without the championship, and that's a fault of... I mean, I don't want to blame a performer, so I don't know if it's creative, but I'm saying it's a fault of the character of Drew McIntyre one way or the other, whether it's the performer not pulling it up, whether it's creative not having the right storylines, I don't know. But the character of Drew McIntyre without the title seems like nothing, and that's a problem because the character of The Rock or Triple H or Stone Cold without the title still seemed like important. I don't think Drew's important without it, and I don't think that it was the championships necessarily that made them that, but maybe. I think the argument could be made, because he made it about John Cena for a long time, that he was burying the entire roster to stay on top. You could easily make that argument about Drew McIntyre right now. Well, look at this entire roster of amazing mid-card, and then you have Drew McIntyre only facing 15-year veterans.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And writing a book about being a champion.
Well, that's my... It's not necessarily my problem with what Roman's doing by facing KO all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, I mentioned it on my show.
Yeah, you have episodes over there.
What's up?
You have episodes over there.
Oh, yeah. There's plural. Yep, yeah. Absolutely. No, definitely. I mentioned on one of my episodes that Kevin Owens put it out there. Me working with Roman, quote unquote, because it's paraphrasing, but he said, me working with Roman is more important to my career. I feel more lifted than I have been in years. So he understands what it does. Now, there's going to be a
wrestler,
point now
damn it.
where...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She did. She stuck her chest out and did it. I'm a wrestler. It's like, fuck out of here. But no, what I also get from Kevin, what if Kevin Owens just turns into the next Jake the Snake, but actually lands the title? Like, but if he becomes the gatekeeper to Roman, because he puts on phenomenal matches, like, there's nothing wrong with that. If he's the second to last match, wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, sugar honey, muckalucker. Wow. You said it. 4 guys that can eat a pin, and one of them did it.
Yep.
Wow.
And look at Bobby Lashley looks tough as ever, because here's the other deal. Bobby Lashley took the crutches, rolled outside, but never laid down. He was walking back and forth with like doing that kind of my back hurts kind of business, and couldn't get in the ring fast enough to stop the pin, but didn't ever even take a knee.
No, absolutely. And he looks fuming right now. He's ready to go. Yeah. Yep.
Look right there. He's all like, fuck my back. I'm going to get my back. He lays out, but look on the back, on the outside, you can see him walking around out there. There he goes. He's walking again. He goes, fuck my back. Yeah. Fucking back. Then he gets in right when it's too late.
Yeah, the way this match ended, there's no chance that Keith Lee was going to be the loser. Keith Lee wasn't going to be the one with the hurt lock on him.
No, I think that it would have been Riddle. I think Riddle would have eaten the pin. I think that if Keith Lee was here, he would have been the champ, and Riddle would have eaten the pin. I think because Keith Lee is out, Riddle got lucky, and he gets to be the champion for a minute. Because it's also win-win in that case. They like Riddle. They're going with Riddle and stuff.
Well, what do you think of my theory that the Rumble was actually Keith Lee's to win, but because of COVID, he wasn't there and Edge won it?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, he was a favorite going into it. It would make sense, but like, what are we leading towards? We were going towards Keith Lee and Drew. Do you think we're going to Bobby Drew now? You think Keith Lee's not falling out of favor, but maybe he's stepped down a little bit as somebody needs a little bit more protecting, a little more work?
Well, I mean, look, if shit keeps happening to you and you're not reliable, whether it's your circumstances or not, you're no longer valuable. So,
Dude, do you get those fucking shitty links on your YouTubes every single time you post anything on YouTube?
To where? Where does it show up?
In the comments.
heard the feedback. I look. Oh, yeah. I had a bunch of
Those .nets or
foreign
whatever.
language.
Yeah,
Bunch
100%
of
of
foreign
YouTube
language
post
tweets.
gets those now. I don't know what to do about it.
Don't pay attention.
Yeah. All right,
See, here's
sorry.
the thing. My audience is so small. I think I know every single one of them by name. That if it doesn't look familiar, I don't entertain it.
Oh, I remove them because they're links to bad things, dude. I don't want fucking virus links on my YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't
those,
know that.
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds in on every single one. They post some link to some place you should not go.
Oh no! I didn't know that. I was talking from just a comment standpoint. Or you mean 30 seconds into you streaming?
Into every YouTube video I post, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, something to look for, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just got another one. So
anything? Keith Lee hasn't tweeted since the 15th. The fuck is up with Keith Lee, man? All right, I'm heading over to Twitter, see if we can drum up some more viewership here.
all right, I'm going to say something about Amanda in here. She was talking about, she said, gosh, it's like AEW with Inner Circle, Team Taz, and Dark Order. If there's nothing for you, you're put in a faction. She goes, this is now the problem, and I like this. This is now the problem with all the really good signings as of late and what is down at NXT. Since when did Riddle go on the ropes and poor Keith Lee? That you're having this like you said, wealth of riches. You've got all this effectively main event talent, but when you build the whole show around one guy, what does that do for the rest of the roster? Does it help them go anywhere? Or they suddenly just become a part of the show. Also, at the same time, I've said it 100 times. I think I said it first on episode 1 and again on episode 1. The idea of people being a part of the greater show is really important, and you don't have to be a champion to be an important player or a main event type talent or a legend or anything like that. Mr. Perfect, Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake, none of them were champions, and you can go on and on with those lists. They're all considered some of the greatest that ever did it because it was during an era where Hogan was just the champion at all times, and there's nothing you could do about it. That doesn't mean that we don't look at them with respect and admiration and as legends. So we might just be living through another Hogan-esque type era and just being like, damn it! You know? Because I think
absolutely.
Go ahead.
Good.
I was going to say, I think Mr. Perfect is a hindsight kind of a guy. Where in the moment you go, oh yeah, he's good. Oh yeah, he's good. He wins an IC championship, and you go, oh yeah, that's dope. But in hindsight, we look back and we go, why wasn't a guy who was that good a world title holder? You know what I mean? Because we're all in that mind frame. For us, we think that, but I wonder if even the casual fan even begins to think that, or if they just go, oh, Bobby Lashley's so dope, he's got the U.S. title too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree. I think one thing that's different today than that's ever been is that fans as a whole enjoy actual wrestling opposed to how dope it is on TV. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the flash, the flair, the ambiance all means less than the actual in-ring. Because, like, there's people for years. Why hasn't Cesaro been champion? Why isn't Dolph Ziggler at the top of the card? Well, there's the entertainment part that's missing from the sport part. And Mr. Perfect, he was charismatic, and Jake the Snake was entertaining, and they were both phenomenal in the ring, so it doesn't necessarily hold true on that. But they weren't the flair of the 80s. And by flair, not Rick, but like the actual flair, what draws you in the 80s. So when you saw like a Bret Hart who mixed the technical aspect of wrestling, and he had the fringes on his coat, and he had the dope music and the purple, and he stood out, he kind of mixed both together. The problem is he wasn't 6'5". If he was 6'5", he'd have been a champion when he fucking debuted in '79. Yeah. You know, but he wasn't. And I think when you look at today's wrestlers, we have like 90% Bret Hart technical.
Yes.
50% Bret Hart ambiance, and like 2% Stone Cold on the mic. So because today's wrestling's so different, the top of the card just is what it is. You know, it's just a guy like Kevin Owens, if he looks like Drew McIntyre, would never not be champion, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, I think it's what it is too. I mean, you also think about WCW, and I mean, Sam Roberts has made the claim on the Not Sam Wrestling show on the free version of the WWE Network that the greatest export of all of WCW was the Cruiserweights. You know, regardless of everything else, like the star, the pizzazz, the conversations were NWO, but when we go back and rewatch a lot of that of WCW, it's the Cruiserweights that we're rewatching and that we're talking about to this day. I think it's a lot of it. You know, the top will never be the wrestling that is on the mid card or below.
No, I completely agree. When I answered somebody's tweet the other day about, you know, it was either what do you remember about WCW or if you were watching in the Monday Night Wars, like what did you turn to? Yeah. And for me, it was I was a Billy Kidman, just incredible guy. I wanted to see both of them, right? And they were cruiserweights, Dean Malenko, all that stuff. But I also tuned in for DDP matches. I thought DDP was awesome. Self high five was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I'm like, fucking right. I'm a self high five. Fuck you guys. I can high five myself. You know, like
I thought it was a masturbation innuendo at the time, but go ahead.
That's a self low five.
Yeah, it was.
But no, I honestly, I was like, you know what? DDP was the only one top of the card. Once NWO got above like 8 members, I was like, all right, I'm good. I don't need NWO anymore.
Yeah.
Then it was all about DDP, Goldberg, and then everything cruiserweight. Other than that, I was good. So you're right, cruiserweights, and then that is this generation because AJ Styles, I believe, was on like 3 of the last 6 episodes of Nitro or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Something like that for sure.
I'm going to post some more shit on Twitter. I wish we had more people doing this shit. We got to get famous or something. We're just 2 assholes fucking around.
Oh, yeah. No, we're just goofing. We're goofing. Amanda says in the chat she thought that Cena era was the Hogan-esque era. It was, but it didn't have to be the only one. I think there's still a lot of reality to what's going on. Man, I'll tell you this. Watching this right now, I do not like, for 1 second, Bianca and Sasha as a team. I am not liking it at all.
And their colors match, too.
I like that their gear match. I like that they're doing that as far as like a team goes. I have no interest in Bianca and Sasha as a tag team, as tag team champions, as a tag team at any point in time. And maybe I'm just a scorned fan and think that what Bayley and Sasha did was so special. I don't need them as a team. But I also think that part of it is because
or like as far as Sasha having a teammate.
Yeah. I think it's half that. I think the other half is that Bianca won the title or when the title shot has not claimed anyone yet, and now she's making friends with one of the champions. I don't need that. I want you to look like a threat to all the champions. I don't want you to look like, unless they're trying to make Bianca go heel. I know everyone's expecting Sasha to turn her back on Bianca because Sasha's a backstabber. Always has been. She's evil. She's wicked. Bayley was always the right one.
Yeah, she is definitely Cole's Hogan the way it was for Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Cole shits on her regardless of what she is, just like Bobby Heenan did with Hogan for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But I think that, I mean, joking aside, I do think that it would be a bigger move if Bianca turns her back on Sasha and starts whipping her. Because I liked Bianca being fucking wicked in NXT where she would use her hair as a whip all the time. And she hinted at it the other night. Yep,
the OG Bianca. Yep, the OG Bianca before the, what was that? The, not obstacle course, but what was that? They did that training session or whatever on NXT where she like some decathlon type shit on NXT where she like beat the dudes and everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she did it on her vignettes on her way up.
Yeah. But that they had the actual competition between all the NXT talent, and she was the standout. But before that, she was the hair whooping asshole, and that. But now she's doing like the jump roping and skipping and stuff, plus the attitude. I think she's just. I don't know. I think she has so much to grow, and I really think they're missing on the opportunity of letting her build.
Yeah, I can see that.
I got to hit up Mrs. TW Takes and ask her what she thinks about Shayna's outfit because she looks awesome. We need Kevlar on here to do a proper fucking fashion show.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's really good with fashion, to be honest.
Yeah, he spurred us into that whole conversation. But Shayna's outfit's fucking phenomenal. I love it. She looks awesome.
Oh yeah, I think everyone actually is looking good in here. Their outfits look a lot better. I mean, even Nia, her gear is more flattering than it has been in the past. I think everyone's looking like $1 million in here.
Yeah, I just because I like Shayna so much and Nia doesn't match, I don't like it. I like Sasha's more than Bianca's, but I hear you. I'm not going to dish you for saying it. I don't necessarily agree, but you're right. Everyone's gear does look good. The cohesion is on Bianca and Sasha's side.
Oh, for sure.
Nia,
absolutely.
Step up for silver. I need that.
100%. 100%.
But you know what? As far as flattery goes, Nia's does look great having all the sequins and shit. The lace and stuff, it adds appeal without looking stupid. So, yeah, shouts to everyone. You're right. I'll give you that. You're right. Damn, that Shayna outfit's awesome. Kick ass. Look like fucking Shayna's supposed to. You know what's really good too about this match so far is Bianca and Sasha wanting to win.
This dummy. She didn't put the lid closed all the way on one of the growlers, so it's spilled all over one of the car seats.
Oh, fuck.
Not all of it, I think. It's taped.
But it was like crooked, probably.
She had fucking long nails.
I tweeted out the watch along. Thank you, Justin. Seen that, brother.
I just took it out and I was like, what the fuck?
That sucks.
Look at the bag.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it was a small one. It's a mead, but... Or no, yeah.
A mead. That sucks.
No way. No way.
It's probably karma.
No way.
Because she didn't know how to open the metal growler. She did, and she's like, oh! And I think it caught her nail. So I'm pretty sure it broke her nail. She nails this long.
So there's a possibility there's a nail inside of our beer?
No. Didn't say that. Just saying. She was going like this. Like she had one, and this other guy had the other one. That sucks. I was trying to mop it up. It's so frustrating though. Set that right there. Still in the watch long, huh?
Yep.
You know,
still here with Terrible Takes. I think they could probably hear you if you wanted to shout out, producer.
Hey, sorry. I mean to have a whole conversation.
Hey, producer lady, I've been trying to get your host to get you to patch in the mic properly so we can hear you all the time. But, you know, it's only episode 1. You guys will figure it out.
We'll figure it out by episode 1, probably.
You know, that's a good time to figure some shit out, is before episode 1. Or by episode 1, like you said.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. Not bad. This is not good.
But like I was going to say, I don't know Nia personally, of course. But perception, if she changed her attitude just a bit, she might be awesome. I I find myself wanting to root for her, but from what we see and how she presents herself, I'm like, I don't want to root for you. And then the way she does her wrestling, I'm like, I'm just not a fan, you know?
Yeah, well, my problem with Nia is, I mean, for one, I agree she should be a heel because her voice is grating. I don't like hearing her talk. I don't like the way she screams. It's hard to listen to, so you kind of go, oh, shut up already, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that that's inherently a bad place to be, necessarily, but I do think that I don't find her impressive to watch at all. I always feel like it's a little bit of a letdown watching what she does.
Like she could be doing doper shit.
She could be looking less choreographed than some of the other women. She's been around long enough. She's really slow. She's very choreographed. She's real spot heavy and that like, oh, I better be over here now, and it doesn't make sense. I think she's.
Yeah.
I don't.
She misses.
Yeah, she's not like going through the motions, but she's not trying to make sure it looks natural either.
Right. Right. This dude. Just a Wrestling 5 has tweeted out the link. Also has not joined the chat or anything. So what the fuck?
Yeah, he's staying low, man. He's hanging low. Let's see in the chat a little bit.
Yeah, what do you got on your side?
Amanda says you don't want Nia in white. It would be super unflattering. Get rid of the resting bitch face is good. Getting rid of the resting bitch face is good. Yeah, I could see that white and black with Nia might not have been as flattering as it was with Shayna. I don't mind if they don't match.
It was silver. You have come to, even though Kevlar's not here, we are the Fashion Wrestling Podcast. It was silver, not white. Okay? So get your color coordinating, Miss Amanda.
What? No,
anyway,
Shayna had white on.
It was silver.
That was white.
My TV showed silver.
Your TV needs to be cleaned then, because you got a fucking gray film over top of it. She looked like a white Power Ranger, dude.
It looks silver to me. I saw silver and black.
All right, well, still, that'd be good.
What's my background color to you?
What? Do you think it's silver? Let's see. Amanda says white with glitter. It's hollow glitter. She goes like, I know silver and black.
Hey, you make pants for wrestlers. I get it. Okay.
That's true. She's made a pair of pants before.
Just so you have.
Ooh.
The Twitter bio makes her a seamstress. So
she's made stuff.
No, that's dope.
I think she's made wrestlers have worn to rings, and I believe inside the rings as well. She's made adjustments and stuff as well. She's legit. She says she's Raider Nation. She knows silver and black. # Raider Nation.
Oh, for sure. I did find it odd. Because Shayna is diehard Vikings fan.
Nice.
She fucking loves the Vikings. So I found it odd that she looked so Raiders, but if you're telling me it's white with sequins, I wasn't anticipating that. So if your Thursday show, Marsh, wants to turn into a fashion show, I have no problem with Amanda explaining herself.
I mean, good. Are we on the elimination? Is this the main event?
The Drew match?
Yeah, look, the fucking cage is down, dude.
Oh, the main event is Asuka?
No, Asuka's been pulled. Finally. On the kickoff show, they said Lacey wasn't going to be in the match.
But they didn't say there wasn't a match.
Do you think it is possible?
There's only one person, bro. There's two people. There's two people you would main event for right now, and that's it. There's only two people you main event for.
Yep.
One of them had one, and the other one wanted one. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but do you think they're doing it?
Honestly, I have no clue. It's almost 9 o'clock. Like, it's 20 minutes to 9 when... Honestly, though, when the Chamber match and Roman's match was over, that was the first hour of the show. So it's been less than 2 hours. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a 45-minute match or an hour-long match, and that's good night. I don't know.
This is crazy. Because it also feels like that if you... I mean, no, that doesn't make sense, dude. Because Asuka and Lacey wouldn't have gone on for a half an hour or an hour. That's the only match missing.
Right. You had the Chamber and Roman. You had the IC match. You had the women's tag. And then this. And the only other one was the Asuka match. Damn, watch-alongs might not be my thing. Graham from Good Cop, Bad Cop Wrestling is on fucking Twitter right now talking about Bianca, but not over in the watch-along. It's fucked up.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's only half. I have a whole other half over here.
Okay, good. I think maybe you should tell Graham he's got to stop fucking around like that. It's hurting our feelings.
Also have some of these. You like? Okay. So be here.
Chances Sheamus wins this. Shouts to my chat and your chat. What are the chances that Sheamus wins this?
Sheamus is my favorite to win. I think Sheamus wins it. I think Sheamus wins it, but I'm 50-50 on if Miz takes the title at the end.
So is that the other 10 minutes? Is that the other 20 minutes? To push it to 3 hours? Is the Miz coming out? Because remember, they started the entrance to the Chamber, and then they did the kickoff advertisement. So everyone got a full entrance, but they did all the promos and shit. So
It's true.
Is that okay, the size?
Yes, I finished that. If you could.
Yep.
Apparently, I'm a little dehydrated. I found out.
Oh, good thing I brought more booze.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre.
Oh, God.
McIntyre in the building.
Porter or a,
Dude, how excited are you for the Peacock deal?
One of those is a porter and the other is a mead. Why'd you get such heavy beers?
Well, they didn't say that the vanilla was heavy.
It's a porter. That means made of brick. I'll have one after I eat then.
You don't want to do
Hmm?
You don't want the fruit one? Might be lighter.
If it's a mead, it's gonna. Well, yeah, actually,
Well,
yeah.
it was under mead and something else.
A mead?
Yeah.
What are you, from fucking 1732?
Yo, dude, you look at this. I got a mead glass. It's made.
I drink a mead.
It's
So
a
you
dragon
want Drew
in
McIntyre to
stone.
win?
No.
You're drinking mead. You want the Scotsman to win. I get
Mead
it, bro.
doesn't come from
I get it. You
Scotland,
got
does
the
it?
beard, you
I
got
thought
the
it came
mead.
from Middle
I
Earth.
get it. You got the hair, you got the beard, you got the mead. You want the
Yeah.
Scotsman to win. I get it.
That's why I know he's fake, dude. I can see it a mile away. I'm like, he's not one of us. That dude's never rolled a dice. That dude doesn't know how to check deception. He's got no idea.
Hysterical. I'm honestly though, I am surprised Drew is in a pod. I thought they would put the odds against him and have him start the match.
Yeah.
Just in time 211 in the chat says, I still think Drew retains. And if we get a cash in, then fuck this show. So you don't want the cash in, Justin? We need it. Marsh is silently supporting McIntyre. By the way, did Marsh ever get a turtleneck so he can unlock episode 2?
I'm gonna need Amanda to cut the top off, make that hole.
I was gonna say, it's only been 24 hours.
Yeah.
You gotta give it time.
Yeah, not having Drew start sucks. And really, the second I see Drew coming out and he's in a pod, I think Drew's winning. Because he's going to eliminate everybody. Because he's going to have a little more energy.
Well, and he'll come in right before Sheamus does. He'll be second to last.
Yeah. Oh, Amanda wants to do a watch along for Revolution. Maybe we will.
Revolution?
Yeah.
Something I got to pay for?
I would find a way to watch it.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Me too. When is it?
And Amanda says she wants her theme park, damn it. Which is true. Once you make a deal with NBC Universal, first thing I wonder is when am I getting my theme park? And
WWE theme park, yeah.
Yeah. Amanda says he's fake because he's got trunks under the kilt. So good. It's on March 6th. Sabini in the chat, 123. I don't recall seeing his name through. If you've come through before, I apologize. If not, cheers for coming through and hanging out. He says, I'm going to strangle you half to death. Woo. I don't know what any of that's about.
That's not nice.
Cheers.
What? Thanks for coming by. Cheers.
Yeah, we might have to get an actual mod in here at some point. He said it's a Ric Flair quote.
What, when we get more than 6 people in the chat?
That makes more sense.
I mean, I saw the woo and it made me feel that way. I don't know the promo. That sounds good. I'm gonna strangle you half to death. Woo! I mean, it feels right. Feels right. Okay.
Sheamus, I mean, shouts to Sheamus, man. Fucking guy, 43.
He's amazing,
Jacked.
man.
Looks great. Trying to wrestle his fucking ass off.
Sheamus, quite literally a friend of the show. When I did the meet and greet and he did the promo for us, he asked me, like, before I got off the chat with him, he's like, what's the name of the show again? Or he's like, the name's Wrestling on the Rocks, right? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to check it out, man. I'm going to check it out. I was like, that's cool. So I don't know if he ever did.
Yeah.
But he was very nice.
Too bad he's not watching along right now. But, you know, shouts to him for
he might be
doing that. What if that's his requirement for being in the pod? Look, make sure I can do the watch along to Wrestling on the Rocks. Those guys are great.
He's all holding up a phone in the pod. AirPod in. Giggling.
It's just you being assholes. Just in time 211 in the chat says, if we get the cash in and it fails, then it is what it is. I'm just tired of Money in the Bank. Just get rid of it till the next ladder match. I don't disagree. I mean, like I said, anyone who wanted to complain about Otis, you're welcome. Start complaining about Miz with the same energy. It's the same fucking thing. Nothing happened.
I don't want to test it, but...
No. Starting with Hardy,
Brainbuster boys. I'm shouting you out, and you're not even here to watch.
Why are you shouting them out?
Because they retweeted. Come watch along. Don't retweet it. Come watch along.
Come watch along. No, they can be busy, maybe.
Busy doing what? Sitting on the border of Kentucky and Cincinnati? Yeah, watch along both sides. At Just a Wrestling 5 said he's watching on his laptop. I don't know if that means he's watching Elimination Chamber or us on his laptop. Hopefully it's both.
When we used to do the watch-alongs more often, I had a few people say they'd put me in one ear and watch the thing. So it was like just hanging out in a room with some people. But they wouldn't interact much in the chat because...
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So you never know who you're hanging out with. And shout out to all those people, because at the end of the day, that's what we were doing here. We just wanted to hang out. We wanted to be your drinking buddy, be your wrestling buddy, someone to hang out, watch wrestling with, have a good laugh about, and enjoy the show. So anybody who's quietly lurking, watching the show, hanging out, cheers.
1,000%. I completely agree. This podcast has given me more than I ever thought it would. And doing the interactions, I have more fun than everyone else does. Mm-hmm. So that's why I just like to see the interactions. You know what I mean? So I pine for them. I wish they'd come more often. But even I need to mute that. But yeah, regardless, hey, as long as people are having fun, I'm having fun.
Oh yeah. And I think that there's a number of people who silently... I mean, I know there has to be, because I see the numbers of downloads and listens that we get, and I see who comes in the chat, and it's like 1% of our viewership is interactive. But to those who are not interactive, fucking love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, that's okay too.
Yeah, I love
it's the absolute best. But that's why Amanda wins a T-shirt. You know, it's about being interactive. It's about having fun. It's about coming along for the ride. That's why at Just in Time 211 will get his pin in the mail when I finally leave the house. I haven't left the house in over a week because of the snow and shit.
That's messed up. Amanda and Stu guys both got their shirts already.
Oh, dude, Amanda's video was so adorable. She felt so bad for not having audio on when she unboxed, but it was awesome. Appreciate that, Amanda. Much appreciated. Enjoy this shirt.
That's not a Stone Cold vest. That's a hoodie with no sleeves. There's a hoodie on it. She's saying, when did
who's complaining it's a Stone Cold vest?
Amanda. She doesn't watch the main product much. So the fact that we're watching the fact that we're doing a watch along is probably the only reason she's watching this even.
That's true.
But it's a hoodie with no sleeves.
Yeah, he's had that for a while.
She said that is true. She wouldn't be watching this if it weren't for our watch along. She just wanted to come hang out.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. That's the point. That's the point. And I tell you, I will.
Yeah, what are you drinking, Amanda?
Yeah, that's the point.
She always makes me want a slushie.
Yeah, we went. So after a show on Thursday, on Friday we went to a place in town called EG's that has like a slush, and as we were having it, producer's like, "This would be so good with Stoli. I bet Amanda would love this." Like, okay. Let's see. Cause Mikey Ray's WDW coming through. What's up, buddy? Cheers. What are you drinking? We're hanging out watching Elimination Chamber, as I'm sure you know. And Amanda says she's drinking Coke and Vanilla Stoli. At least his shitty old tribal tattoos are covered. You don't know what tribe he's a part of. He might be part of a tribe.
Yes, cheers to your chat.
Kaz is saying that's cool, drinking RC Cola and water. Like as a mixed? Like you're watering down your cola? But, I don't know. I'm probably two different bottles, I'm imagining. But Thanks for coming through and having a drink with us. It's not about what you're drinking. It's about who you're drinking with.
Who you drinking with?
Yep.
Yes, and on Tuesday, you'll be drinking with us.
Yep.
I got the approval from @Mrs. TW Takes on Twitter. I got the approval from her early when Marsh asked last week if I would be back on the show. I said, fucking right, let's do it.
Yep. She got to go ahead. Are you going to have to soundproof the basement first, or?
It is a school night. She will be wondering why she can't fucking sleep. But no, it'll just be what it is.
Sorry, guys. If you can hear that.
Yeah, can you hear that, dude?
Oh, God.
No.
You couldn't hear it? Hell yeah, that's crazy.
Awesome.
What?
Nothing.
Nice.
Nothing.
I love it.
Producer screaming like a maniac?
Oh, Kaz has a good question. How far back do you guys go as wrestling fans? WWF, WCW, or AWA?
Well, thanks for joining episode 1.
Yep, this episode
Because
was
any
all
episode
episodes.
before that, you would have heard us say it.
Yep. This is Wrestling on the Rocks. Every show is our first show. What do you think, Bishop? When did you start watching?
Yeah, So I was huge into New Generation when I was a kid. Little behind the scenes. My parents got divorced when I was like 5, so my dad would always rent Blockbuster WWF tapes. So this is 1990. We're watching WrestleMania 2, 3, 4, all that shit on Blockbuster, and then from that point on, it was like, well, when is it on? Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you @Mrs. TW Takes. I appreciate it. Love you.
Yep.
No worries.
We all do.
All right.
She's highlight of the show.
Shout out to me. That's what she said.
Kaz says he's WWF.
No, but for me, yes, it was back then, real quick. And then I took a break. I took a break after the Monday Night Wars when I was in high school around 2000, 2001. I would say WrestleMania 19 was my last fluid memory. And I got back into it about 7 years ago. Pretty hardcore. Right after, like I told March early on, right after SummerSlam following WrestleMania 30. I've been into it pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Pickles, cheers. What about you, Marsh? I don't dig AEW right now. It really bothers me, but that's a whole nother podcast.
What?
McIntyre in that early.
What are you talking about? He said AWA. Do you know who AWA is?
AEW.
American Wrestling Alliance. But that's where like Jerry King Lawler held one of the championships, like 84 or 82. Or
No. I know who AWA is.
Oh,
I thought he said AEW.
No, that'd be funny. Got into it when AEW started. I started watching, I think it was 94, 93. I feel like I remember watching the HBK Razor ladder match. But part of me, when I go back to rewatch things like the Mankind storyline that started late 95 into 96, right when Attitude Era was going on, when I go back further behind there, like I keep seeing stuff that I remember, but it doesn't seem quite the same. Like maybe I watched it on tapes, like you said. Because my dad, when he got divorced, knew I was into wrestling. So he would go to this video store out here and just buy all the WWF videos. So yeah, it was
nice.
Probably 98, 99 before I watched the first like 5-6 WrestleManias. So I don't know if I just remember seeing the ladder match because maybe it was on one of those tapes, or if I was actually watching it. You know what I mean? I just don't remember that.
Too. When you're that age, everything's current because you're seeing it for the first time. So,
absolutely.
Like one of the greatest matches I ever seen as a kid was Hogan and Warrior. But when that actually took place, like I was 6, or like I was either like 5 or 6. Like, there's no way I remember that live. I saw that probably when I was closer to 10, but you know, when I was 10, it was 95, pushing that 96. So I was fully into everything proper. 96, 97, 98. I mean, I loved all that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, just I fell out of it as my testosterone went up, my love for wrestling went down. Mm-hmm. And then now that I hit, my 30s, I'm like, yeah, I have zero testosterone left, married with a kid. Yeah. It's all wrestling. So.
Yeah, 100%. I think also, I know Kevlar could answer better than me what year I got into wrestling, because he's the one who got me into it. I'd go to his house and watch wrestling. And so he could probably tell you exactly what year it was, because he knows right when I started hanging out with him. For me, it's all more of a blur because I've drank a lot. So, what? That was an active thing. Try to forget.
That's a great question. Who was that from?
As a kid, you drank what?
Who was what?
Who was that from?
Oh, it was from
That's a good question.
Kaz Mick Ray's WDW. So I'm calling him Kaz. I hope it doesn't bother him. Whatever you want me to call you, dude, just let me know in the chat. He says he watches Impact and TNA too. But it was those early 90s, and I went back and rewatched a lot because the other thing that happened is when I got into wrestling, I was also really into stand-up comedy, and I would stay up late and watch Comedy Central. And I remember watching replays of Saturday Night Live and seeing a replay when I was about 12 years old where Andy Kaufman gets voted off of Saturday Night Live, and they're showing clips of him wrestling women. And I was all like, I need to know more about this. And I spent the next 20 years of my life researching everything I could about Andy Kaufman. I have an Andy Kaufman tattoo. I've been obsessed with Andy Kaufman as a hero for a very, very long time. But because of that, I got into all the Memphis wrestling stuff, which obviously got me into Jerry Lawler, got me into Bill Dundee. It got me into watching a lot of the older stuff and getting into those time frames in which I was not alive for. So I'm by no means an expert or a historian, as a lot of wrestling podcast hosts try to pretend they are just because they've seen a lot. But I'm not unfamiliar with all of it as well. I'm not familiar with all of it, but I'm not unfamiliar with the older stuff.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why me and you connected on this level is we don't take wrestling for granted. And we don't put it on a pedestal either. But we absolutely enjoy it, and we understand what it's for. There's people that act like, wrestling's here for us. But it's not. It should be. Mm-hmm. But they're putting on a product. And if you think the product's bad, change the channel. That's fine.
That's awesome.
You're allowed to change the channel.
Oh my God.
But the people who complain and all that shit, we would rather abstain. And what the fuck is AJ doing?
This is insane.
AJ looks tiny. Oh my God.
Wow.
No.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy.
Cause is saying favorite managers, his are Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart, Jim Cornette. It's hard to argue.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And
doesn't
all
matter.
of them are great. I mean, there's no real bad manager. I loved Marlena. Are you kidding me?
Marlena was great.
Even though she didn't technically do anything.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, one of the things I thought we got along about, one of the reasons why we clicked early on, was because I thought you were from New York, but it turns out.
I am from New York.
Oh, yeah.
There's zero lies in the fact that I am from New York.
That's a good point. Good point.
Hey, I stopped at a rest stop, and the guy who served me my Roy Rogers sounded just like you. Are you from New York? Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I also spent more time in New York than you have, so get off my dick.
Potentially. I've got more IDs from there.
Just in time 211 a couple of minutes ago said, shouts to the women of the podcast, producer lady and Mrs. TW Takes. Absolutely. Shouts to the women of the podcast. Without you guys, we wouldn't get laid and have the ability to do podcasts at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You should see the original pilot episode 1. I'm producing the whole thing from a laptop on the table. It is a mess, man. You think I'm distracted now?
A nightmare. It's gotta be a nightmare, dude. It has to look like what we did to get this live.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome.
And I had 3 cameras. We're all like, we should probably not use 3 cameras.
We just wide lens it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was going to say, too, I took a break from wrestling as well. I remember being of an age where I thought the HLA and Kiss My Ass Club storyline seemed rather immature and unfortunate for me. The hot lesbian action promised by the end of the show, I was like, this is stupid. And then the Kiss My Ass Club, I remember finding very, very upsetting because I was like, I'm not going to sit here and watch The Undertaker rub Jim Ross's face in Vince McMahon's asshole and pretend that this is just me enjoying it as a fan. Because from a fan perspective, I respect these people too much. And so I remember stopping watching after that episode. I was like, I'll check in from time to time. And I did for years and years. I would hear about a match or watch it or just be home with nothing on TV, find Raw or SmackDown and watch it. But nothing grabbed me back into it the way that SummerSlam did a few years back with the introduction of the Universal title, Finn versus Seth. That match, but even more so the night before, was the first time I'd ever seen NXT, and it was a takeover, and I remember Bayley and Asuka specifically, and I was like, oh, everything is different. Everything is different.
So good. So good. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't even hooked because the storylines were so corny that post SummerSlam, because I know I didn't watch the SummerSlam, but I watched every pay-per-view past that. But what really fucked me is I was considering myself a casual fan, like, oh well, I'll put on Raw, but I'm not buying the network. Yeah. Until Kevin Owens beat John Cena on a pay-per-view, and I saw the spoiler before I was able to quote watch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, son of a bitch, I have to avoid spoilers. How did Kevin Owens beat John Cena? I got to see this live. How did it get spoiled? And it got spoiled because I fucked myself by being greedy. So once Kevin Owens beat John Cena, I signed up for the network. And I've been watching every pay-per-view since.
Yep. Yeah, that was amazing. For me, it was the story of Bayley and Asuka, because even watching the video package leading up, I was like, this Bayley is incredible.
It was such a great story, dude. And you missed so much Bayley, and even honestly, so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went back after that. I went back and watched a lot of that, but
yeah, it was so good, man. So good. The NXT TakeOver Dallas, that was the one that kept me watching NXT every week since. I don't think I've missed an NXT since TakeOver Dallas. That was, if I'm not mistaken, that should have been Shinsuke's debut and Sami Zayn's farewell.
Yeah. Kaz is in the chat. Oh shit. Kaz is in the chat saying that he's trying to get into the wrestling business. And a man asked what was he trying to do, and he said he was trying for manager, announcer, referee, towel boy, just ring crew, anything. He says it's pay to play. What state are you in? Because I know that most places, at least, are. I mean, at this point, COVID is what it is, and things are different. But when shows are going, a lot of indie places just need people to help with the ring, and that's a really easy way to get in, to pay some dues, and to get to know the people. I did that for. I don't know, 5 months or so with a company out here before they started letting me go in the ring and ref. And I was doing stuff with that. I only got paid one time, and it was because I was the only one who broke down the ring one night because of a whole other thing. But it was a lot like an open mic for wrestling. And it was a lot like, I think a lot of those are out there where you got to cut your teeth a little bit. Jesus. They're just punching each other in the fucking face.
Yep.
Well, not just that. I am so surprised how many people are left right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people left.
Is Randy legit the only one eliminated right now?
Yeah.
Or did I miss another one? Just Randy, right?
Yeah, just Randy. Well, no, someone else would have had to have been. Because
And no, AJ, Kofi, and Jeff Hardy. Is AJ eliminated?
oh, there's Jeff Hardy.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't see Jeff. I thought I saw AJ.
Oh. Man.
Wait, is AJ eliminated? We're over here telling our life stories. I don't know who's in the fucking match. So much for a watch along, huh?
Yeah.
Did you see that AJ had the purple, gray, and black on? I was like, this motherfucker wearing Undertaker colors.
Yeah, he's wearing.
Don't keep this storyline alive. I'm.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to retire that. That was a terrible kick by Drew McIntyre, missed by 100 feet. Might as well have been on the other side of the ring.
Yeah, and the clothesline was terrible too. No, yeah, there's AJ too. So
Yep.
only Randy Orton's eliminated, which is weird because that means that no Fiend action is happening.
Yeah. Kaz is saying he's in Illinois. He said he checked with local promotions the way it is. You have to be in the training school to even help. But that's actually understandable and believable. You got to find the right training school because at the end of the day,
Illinois.
the reason the one I was at was free was because they didn't have anybody legitimate training. Everyone was just kind of training themselves, and it was basically just a ring to get inside of. If it's an actual school with real trainers and there's someone who you can believe in and trust in, you have to pay, and it's worth the money. And any way around it is you not investing in yourself, you know?
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm nowhere near touching the wrestling business whatsoever. I just really enjoy it and like talking about it and feel like my opinion's different. Mm-hmm. But of everything I've heard, there's zero things for free. So if you're looking for anything that's going to put you in position to get something without completely earning it, I think you already know the answer. You got to show up, put in the work, and if you get something, congratulations. If you don't get something, at least you have experience by touching shit. And it could be minimal, but you're going to have to go through it because the wrestling business is so unforgiving. Yeah. And it was worse fucking 30 years ago. Yeah. Listen to a Stone Cold story. 40 years ago in the 80s, it was a nightmare. So, nowadays, you might have to do a bunch of shit. And, hey, you may know how to put a turnbuckle together after 5 weeks. Yeah. But at least you know how to do that. So.
Mm-hmm. It's about being exposed to the right people, right? The reason the place I was at was free because it will not be a launching pad. 0 people have come out of that company and never done anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? There are people who
gone
at least through the company
did before you showed up.
Mm-hmm. But the only thing it got me to do was to know whether or not being literally inside the ring was something I wanted to continue doing, and the answer was yes. So I started looking for schools. There's not a lot of great schools out here where I'm at, but there's a couple that are okay. If it says he's talked to Al Snow, Funk Conservatory, Wild Samoan School, and he says it's pay to get way.
Why are you talking to us?
That's it. That's 100%. And you got to. Yeah, a couple thousand. That's about right. 3,000 to 7,000. Yeah, that's about right. That's what you'd expect to get that level of actual knowledge. I mean, Al Snow and the Funks and Wild Samoans.
I'll be 100% honest. I have made, on this podcast, literally $10. I have almost 70 episodes, and I've put about $1,500 into it.
Yeah.
It's about the experience. It has nothing to do with the money. And money, you can always earn the living. Mm-hmm. And if you don't make enough at one job, get another job. Find a way. If you're willing to grind, everything comes to you anyway. So money is just an upfront cost. Experience is priceless.
You gotta think about it as like college. Do you want to be in the wrestling business, or do you want to be a Java coder? Either way, you're going to put a few $1,000s into it, if not more, to get that living going. You know. I mean, I went to culinary school for 2 years. Go ahead.
I went to culinary school for 2 years in college. I have an associate's degree in the pastry arts. Okay, I went for baking and pastry. It cost me $40,000. I have made associated with the restaurant business over 20 years, maybe maybe, I don't know, $200,000. Like, the jobs aren't there in that particular field. But that particular experience, phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal. I mean, maybe it's closer to 600,000. I couldn't do the math right now, but yeah, I probably made about 30 grand a year on average over the last 20 years, or the 20 years prior to the last 10, whatever it is. But like, you go in and you do it because you love it, and love and experience is above money. If it costs you a couple bucks, man, just fork it up, and at worst, you go make it fucking selling TVs at Best Buy. You'd be fine.
Yeah. He's also saying it's about who you know, but that's also part of the investment, right? You're spending 5, 6, 7 grand.
No Al Snow. Get in there, show your worth, and now you know Al Snow. Al Snow is loved by everybody.
Yeah.
Any shoot interview you hear, when do they talk shit on Al Snow?
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Yeah, you get Al Snow to put you over to some of these companies, and they're going to give you a look, and it's going to be on you. That's part of what you're paying for, is the network and the knowledge and the be around the right people.
There's 2 people that I've heard brought up that nobody shits on. It's Al Snow and the Blue Meanie.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's been times where I've heard people abstain from who trained them.
Yeah.
Lance Storm's another one too. People talk highly of Lance Storm, but there's also people in Canada close to Lance Storm that don't bring up his name when they talk about training. But the Blue Meanie and Al Snow are the only 2 people that they're like, oh my God, the Blue Meanie, show me some shit. Al Snow, show me some. If Al Snow can show you some shit, you fucking get shown by Al Snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
While he was on the active wrestler contract, he was head of OVW. Like, he trained John Cena while he was wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. What's his name? Brian Kendrick, same way. Been under contract for a long time for like 205 Live. He's done very minimal appearances, but the real thing is that he's training a lot of these people in the secret trainings, right? Like
right?
Yeah. Like who was it? Like Lana or I think Rhonda. Some of these big returns are training secretly with like a Brian Kendrick in a warehouse and not at the performance center, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Kendrick gets talked about highly as well. Yep. Yeah.
And Rollins has a great school in Iowa. I don't know how far Iowa and Illinois are. I'm not a geographer. Black and the Brave.
Oh, he's in Iowa? I thought he was in California.
No, it's Iowa.
Gotcha.
Oh, and he was checking out Pritchard in Knoxville. Pritchard and Kane have his fucking school together. Like, how do you avoid that? Like, I feel like that if you're serious about actually getting into the business, yeah, I would definitely go to that one, and I would definitely look at like the Samoans or Al Snow and as like serious investments. You can spend $90,000 and get yourself a fucking Java certificate, or you can spend $10,000 and get yourself networked and trained by some of the greatest minds that have ever done wrestling. Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
My area, there's the Dudley Boys 3D Academy and the Blue Meanie.
Yeah, those are good.
And I'm like, if I ever felt like doing it, I feel supremely confident. My kid is 6, turning 7 in August, and you know, he adjacently loves this shit because I do. Like when I came downstairs to fuck with you on here, he goes, "Can I put Daddy on Twitch?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking right, you can." Yeah. You know, I'll be in the basement in a second. Like, throw it on. Like, but if he loves wrestling, 1,000%, I'm sending him to the Dudley Boys 3D Academy. Are you kidding me? Why wouldn't I? If he gets a chance to work with the Blue Meanie in Philly, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? It's dumb not to. So if you're in position to work with someone like Al Snow or Pritchard, especially Pritchard, how many people in the industry talk about Dr. Tom?
Yeah, he's the one, man. There's a reason when Vince McMahon decided he was going to be used in wrestling matches, why Dr. Tom's the one who trained him. There's a reason. He could have had anybody literally in the entire world. He had the money and the infinite resources, and he said Dr. Tom. I'm not saying Vince McMahon became the greatest wrestler of all time, but I'm saying no one had more resources than Vince McMahon or more knowledge.
Yeah. And that's who he chose. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. 1,000%. Hey, so here's a question. Where are the tag champs?
What tag champs?
Exactly. Is there even a tag team division? Not to get underneath the skin of Just in Time 211, but
Yeah. We don't need him. We have Drew
I mean,
McIntyre.
that's why I don't know. This can't be it. This can't be it.
AJ better get this pin.
Oh, see, that's how great AJ is. AJ turned his 540 into a senton because he couldn't make it.
Yep.
That's how great AJ is. He goes, I can't do this, senton. Fuck a 540.
Yeah. You know what's funny is his kid's gonna tell him too.
And he's out there trying it again.
Yep.
Oh, no, yeah, there he goes. See, AJ's the GOAT, man. He in my opinion, man, there's not one person who has ever wrestled better than he has.
Oh yeah.
He is Bret Hart level on the mat. He is Rey Mysterio level in the air. He just does everything the right way. The only thing he has a hiccup on is believing him on the mic, but I feel that's so forced in WWE that if I looked at his outside WWE stuff, I would love it.
Oh yeah, but he's also so good, and he comes off so natural, and he doesn't sound scripted even when you think he is. You know what I mean? Like, he pulls it off.
Well, when he's talking with Omos and stuff, I feel like it's pretty scripted.
Yeah, but he also comes off like he comes off funny, but in a like he takes himself too seriously, and that's the joke. And I think that, like, he does it better than anybody else does that.
Just in time goes cough cough, merge the divisions, cough cough. Yeah, I know. He's for the entire life of my podcast, he has wanted to merge the tag team divisions.
Merging is so stupid. That's the laziest booking way out of it.
And honestly, because what I've told him every time is like, if you just have one tag, you now have zero tag team division. You have zero tag teams to worry about because all you have to do is not put the tag team champions on the TV show, and you have no secondary tag team champions to worry about.
Yeah.
No secondary contender to worry about. You can just get rid of the division. If you merge it, you might as well get rid of it.
Yeah. Yep. If it's merged, get rid of it. I mean, look at with women's. You know what I mean? They've had a hard time managing a women's tag division in every single brand because there's only one title that floats around. And so typically what we're seeing is a women's division kind of do a thing in the one brand that the champions are on. Bayley and Sasha put so much love and effort behind it that I fully believe that a lot of their floating around and a lot of the other tag teams doing stuff on other shows was because of them pushing for it. We want to go to SmackDown, get us a team for SmackDown, you know? That better not be that. Wow. It's fucking trash. That was awful. Are you still there, Bishop? I'm not hearing him. Let me check this out. I'm not hearing Bishop. If you're hearing me, I'm not hearing you, dude. I'm checking my settings. I'm not seeing you come through.
Yeah, I can't hear him. I hear you, but I can't hear him.
You don't hear him on the stream either?
Nope.
On my stream or his?
Yours. I'll go back to his and see.
Check out his. See if you can hear him on yours or on his.
Nope, same thing. Can't hear him on both.
You can't hear him on his own? That's his channel, not ours?
That was, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I tried both.
Your mic dropped.
Mic check. Mic check.
This is so stupid. This was what we were afraid of.
What?
That the whole match would be set up just so Drew can beat 5 former champions in one night. For no fucking reason.
I'm telling you, it's because they want him.
Check. Are we back?
You're back.
They want him to have a live crowd.
Yeah, my mic dropped out on the back end. That's what she said. Lashley?
Hey, yo, Bobby.
Lashley?
Hey, yo, Bobby. Yep, Lashley. Lashley, the man of the hour.
So does this answer your question?
I said it earlier, right? We're leading towards Drew and Bobby, right?
Yeah.
44-year-old pot of gold. Ha ha! Good. Someone needs to beat the shit out of Drew. I hope that he beats the
Here's the
absolute
thing.
snot out of Drew. Well, go ahead. What are you going to
Justin, are we good? No. Here's the thing. If Miz doesn't cash in after Drew gets his ass whooped like this, then the briefcase means absolutely nothing. And when Miz does cash in, I care zero amount of times. Like, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but remember what I said earlier about Miz? What makes him holding the briefcase so stupid is he doesn't come off as believable to retain. Like, he could get the title off Drew, but Drew's beat the shit out of him in every handicap match that he's possibly been in. That it's just going to take Drew to get his fucking title shot on Raw, and then they're fine. They just get the title back, and then he had it for a day.
No. That's okay. You have a prop with a lottery ticket, you fucking use it.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought the Royal Rumble one he did so amazingly. The way they did the promo with the fake Drew and the fake and they had Gilbert, I thought they would have done a great job. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and that makes sense, but then it's all like, but him getting it means nothing, because it's like, well, Drew's going to fucking Claymore him on Monday and get the title back.
And if I'm Miz, I don't want that kind of ass whooping either from Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, from either one of them. Miz doesn't want either one of these guys.
Oh, shit. They announced it and everything. Ring the bell.
Something tells me Drew's going to Claymore Miz right now and actually get it.
Come on, Miz.
Fucking stupid.
Come on, Miz. Come on, Miz.
Fucking dumb.
Skull crush it. How off are we?
Oh,
By like 5 seconds.
there you go.
Skull crushing.
Yeah.
Is this the finale? 1, 2, 3. Shouts to Miz. Congratulations, sir. You're a WWE champion. 2 months too late, but you are champion. Shouts to Miz. Shouts to Kevlar on the Rocks. That motherfucker called it.
Yeah, he's been saying it.
Kevlar on the Rocks. He called it. Well, The Miz has a USA show, and it's a Peacock deal, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I don't understand contracts. But your last 5 shows, you've been talking about contracts without saying, I don't understand contracts.
Yeah, but I don't understand contracts.
Shouts to Miz. He's going to show up tomorrow night with the belt upside down and everything. Congratulations, Miz. You are champion. And he will lose it on Peacock at Fastlane. And that's okay. Just in time, 211 in the chat says, man, fuck this show.
Yeah, fuck this show. Oh, man. Looks like I missed a few in the chat here.
Bring them up. Let's go.
Bishop's gone. Oh, that would have been nice to know when I saw that. Is NXT platform for all the wrestlers back in WWE? No. Audio, sound, no sound. Lashley, a believable champ. What do we think? Love Miz. Kind of feel like the last NXT one was better. I like Miz, but without Morrison. Yep.
So all the standard shit?
Yep. Same old. Takeover was better.
At Burt Macklin 11 on Twitter just put out really with a question question mark hashtag WWE Chamber. But why? Because motherfucker, it's wrestling.
Oh my god, so stupid. Yeah, people are like, "Oh, we need Drew to chasing it to win it back at Mania in front of a crowd. This is so perfect." Fucking, I don't give a shit about.
Well, thank you those who are doing the TW Takes podcast version of this. Until next time.
All right. Yeah, I'm not posting this one as a podcast. It's just gonna live wherever it lives as a live stream. So, guys, check us out.
No, I put the splash page back up. Yeah. And dropped it off of my feeds. It's just a splash page with no audio now. Said fuck it.
Yep. All good. Thank you guys for coming through, having a drink, hanging out. We will be back on Tuesday night to talk about the fallout and give a full-on review of the Chamber. Thank you guys for coming through. Cheers.
Cheers. And by we, he means myself.
Hey, Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support us or buy us a drink by following and putting the I in subscribe on Twitch. Or subscribe and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us. Cheers!
I would never have a drink with Dustin on the rocks.